All right, so I'm traveling. I just arrived in Toronto after an 8-hour flight overseas. And of course, when you're traveling, there's a lot of toxic load that enters your system. EMFs, toxic soaps, all sorts of chemicals that you're exposed to. You cannot go maybe to a farmer's market as you're used to at home. There's all sorts of stressors happening. You're out of your circadian health is dysregulated if you're changing time zones. So in this video, I wanted to share a couple things, tricks, tools, supplements I take with me, tools I use, some habits that I apply that really help me and my body to have an easy travel, to reduce the toxic load, and to stay happy and glowing. So let's get started. First of all, in terms of the EMF exposure, when you're traveling, there's a huge amount of EMF exposure, like from the air, from the airplanes, from everyone's Bluetooth devices. And I'm grabbing here something I want to show you, which is oregano oil, because when you're exposed to a lot of EMFs, the oxidative stress in your body goes up. Okay, EMFs trigger the release of reactive oxygen species, which creates a lot of inflammation. That's why EMFs can be damaging to the body. Now, oregano oil is something that really helps reduce that inflammation and neutralizes the oxidative stress. It's like protection against the damage of EMFs. So I highly recommend that you get some oregano oil, not essential oil that will burn your throat. I have the one from Vitality Works. It is strong, but what I do is I have like one pipette and I put this in my mouth with a little bit of water, I swallow it, and that's it. Also great for the microbiome to reduce any overgrowth or parasites you may have in there. This is not a one-time parasite cleanse, but it can like support that part of the body as well. Okay. In terms of earphones, I never have any Bluetooth devices on my head. It's just a very, very big discern no for me to have any 2.5 gigahertz blasting through my brain. So I always use wired headphones. The one I have are from, what is it? Can't remember the brand. I'll maybe put it in the description or something like that. Just make sure that you have EMF-free air tube headphones, that they have like this air tube in between, okay? So that's something I love doing for EMFs. You also have protective underwear and all sorts of metals. I don't really feel like it does a lot because when you're having like, yes, you can have underwear, but the rest of your body is still exposed. Plus the metal, like it's not as if your phone doesn't have Wi-Fi when you have that metal on you, right? It's just like these stickers, they don't work. So the best thing is to always keep your phone on an airplane and all of these things, obviously. But when you're flying, you're just exposed to a lot more of EMFs, okay? So that's something to reduce that. Also, I don't have that with me right now, but molecular hydrogen, like getting the pills and drinking it in one go because it's a gas and it will evaporate. Drinking that before your flight will really help reduce the inflammatory damage of the EMFs as well, okay? Then next is PC. So this is a supplement. I usually have the liquid. Now I'm having pills. It's just easier to travel with. But this is an amazing supplement that I honestly recommend to all my clients. Why? Because it rebuilds cell membranes. So when there's any damage from chemicals, from EMFs, the membrane gets damaged from the cells, and this helps to rebuild the membrane and basically restore any damage as quick as possible. Okay, so this is a major, major, major help. I always pack this with me. Next is grass-fed liver. I'm not the biggest fan of having liver in a pill. I rather have it like an actual liver. Usually what I do is, because I don't really like the taste of liver, I freeze it and then I cut it in blocks, and I then take out of the freezer, I take like 2 or 3 blocks and I just swallow it immediately like a pill, but then like not processed. Like I make my own pills just without encapsulating all of these things, okay? Just to make sure that I can swallow it in one go. It works for me. Just a tip if you don't like liver either. And these pills are the ones I take with me when I go for traveling. The best brand is, this is a Dutch brand actually. I like it, but it's not the best. The best brand is from Wild Mamas. Okay, Wild Mamas have a very good, especially if you're pregnant. Those are amazing supplements to remineralize everything, especially after birth as well. Okay, but during the whole period. Okay, so that's the liver. What next is, yeah, so I always bring some sort of protein sources with me. I mean, you never know, and protein is so important for brain function, for having energy. Protein is the most important molecule for your body and most important nutrient for your body. Actually, the word protein comes from the most important building block. So protein is very important. I love taking with me a good quality fish. This is mackerel and sardines. I don't use tuna because tuna is very high in mercury, but salmon is still fine. I know salmon is not that clean, but I do like salmon, so I do have some salmon there. Also Parmesan cheese, beef jerky. Those are things that are super high in protein, super high in rich in fat, easy to bring with you. They taste amazing, and they will really give that stability that protein really gives to your body. Okay. Next thing is salt. My favorite salt is Saltwerk. The brand is Saltwerk. This is their lava salt, so it's actually black. I introduced some white salt at home just to fill the pot. But I love taking salts, especially on planes when you get dehydrated very, very quickly. Salt is essential, especially a high quality sea salt. Okay, there's a lot of differences between different types of salt. Bottom line, you do want to get a good quality sea salt because that's this mineral put together thing. I don't know how to call it in English. That resembles your blood the most. Okay, so I do like taking salt with me in my hand baggage. Then next is binders. Binders are basically substances that bind to toxic substances in the body. If you're consuming glyphosate, for example, something like a binder, I always take Pactisol with me. There's more binders that you can take. It will basically bind to that glyphosate and prevent it from absorbing in your body. Also, anything that your body already detoxed that came into the intestines, the binder will grab onto that and guide it to the exit. Now with binders, you can have some kind of binding to the nutrients as well that you're eating. So just be aware of that. When I'm traveling and I'm eating all sorts of things, I don't know what I'm eating, I do like to have them every day. At home, I take them max 3 times a week. Okay, so that's what I do with the binders. And then last but certainly not least, I don't have it like within reach right now, and I don't want to edit this video, but I always take cucumber with me. This is an idea I once upon a time had, and it has changed my life. Like cucumber is 97% water, structured water, which is way better absorbed by the body. It's actually hydrating you instead of just adding water. Like when you just drink water, if it's not structured, if it doesn't have minerals, you're just adding water. Like you're not actually hydrating yourself. You're just making yourself more bloated, more constipated, and dry up actually, because the water is now grabbing minerals from the body in order to make things equal. So getting cucumber is super high in minerals, super very well structured water, and it goes always through security. No one's going to make a fuss about that you're bringing liquids, because it's not a liquid. You're just bringing a fucking vegetable, yes, and it works always. I just have like a big cucumber for maybe even 2. And that's what I eat on my plane. I never eat those plain foods. I don't like it. It's just not food to me. But cucumber is something I always bring, and it works so well. So yeah, that was it for this video. Of course, there's more. There's so much that you can learn about the body and about getting to the next level. I highly recommend you join my Superwoman community. If that's something you want, I would really love to see you in there, and I'll see you in the next video. Mwah! Lots of love. Safe travels.